An easy weight loss hack for people who are struggling with losing weight. Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I thought I would chat with you guys and gals a little bit about this today. All right, first of all, people aren't going to want to hear this, so I'm just going to drop it. Eat protein for breakfast. And I don't mean have some protein, I mean eat protein for breakfast. Okay. And again, when I make that statement, people will reply with, well, with my breakfast foods. Okay, I can tell you right now the entire idea of breakfast foods is fat people society. All right? So there's your first problem. So let's come back over to what I said. I'll state it again. I did not state eat breakfast foods. Don't eat a bunch of fat people food, right? It's going to spike blood sugar and have extra fats and processed stuff, right? I didn't say eat a bunch of refined garbage and then add a little protein to it. This is why you are struggling to lose weight. This is why. This is a big part of it. Okay, it's mindset. It's not understanding basic things like when we want to lose body fat, we need to eat to lose body fat. We don't need to eat based upon our culture. Because if your culture, if everyone has a big belly and no one has a six-pack, then there's a problem with your culture. Because that should be normal. The opposite should be the norm. The average human is supposed to have a visible abs. All right? That's just basic health. That's not extreme. That is normal. Normal, healthy. All right. So let's come back over to that. Lose the idea of breakfast foods. There's no such thing as a breakfast food. It's a strange cultural phenomenon to where we've decided, partially due to, and I'm going to discuss why the protein in a minute. It is a problem that we have as a society because we originally had societies that are based upon workers, right? People who get up and do large amounts of manual labor. This is the majority of the people in our culture. So therefore, they needed relatively high calorie foods to start their day. Historically, all right? Most of you are not out there doing manual labor for 12 hours straight. First of all, number one. Number two, we've added calories and refinement to the sort of foods they were eating. Right? You look at the calorie density and the amount of processed junk, ultra-refined foods that we call normal breakfast foods, they're still more processed and more calorie dense in those cultures. They're just in the same idea. It's kind of like, well, we'll have some bacon and eggs and some toast with some jam on it and so on and so forth, right? So that's not really what we're eating. And we shouldn't even really be doing the bacon, to be honest. Right? What are we really eating? We're eating a bunch of cereal. Or if we eat some oats, what are we doing? We're throwing tons and tons of refined sugars and garbage in it. Okay? Like the same thing with your health food cereals. Like you look at them and then you compare the amount of refined sugar and junk. But it's organic. You mainly harvested cane sugar. Okay, that's called table sugar, guys. There's no difference. All right, it's completely irrelevant. Even if the organic sugar cane somehow had benefits and it doesn't, you've stripped all those benefits and you made it into the sucrose. You've stripped it down to just sucrose. Okay, or the high fructose corn syrup. You've got into all this junk, right? It's a bunch of junk. Right, look at the label. And that includes your healthy ones. It's still garbage. Okay? This is why you're fat. Because you're still eating the same garbage with an organic fancy label on it. I guess because it costs more, you'll go bankrupt before you get as fat. It'll cost you too much to overeat it. All right. Or we eat donuts and all this. These are not foods. This is the problem. These breakfast foods are intended originally to be ultra high calorie dense foods for manual labor. in our society that we're no longer doing, but then we've taken those foods and made them more fattening. Like we've made them more fattening than they used to be, and we've taken the manual labor away. You need to lose this idea. Lose this idea completely of breakfast foods. Okay? Unless you are swinging a hammer for 12 hours straight, you don't need an ultra high calorie breakfast. I mean, I train without breakfast, by the way. You guys see me do 2-3 hours of exercising in the morning on an empty stomach. Just saying. Protein, though. Protein. Why protein? Number one, thermic effect. It'll increase calorie output while giving you stable energy levels. Oh, okay. Well, there's that. Yeah. It will bias you towards muscle preservation and towards fat burning. Number two, suppresses appetite. Okay? There's where the people are going to argue. And I had a friend tell me that, well, I can't get up and eat chicken for breakfast. I need this or that. And I'm like, well, that's why you got a gut. Because you can't eat foods that are going to make you not hungry. That's the ironic part. See, that's the problem with that. And I'm not saying it has to be chicken. It could be chicken. It could be steak. With little vegetables, right? I make sure there's a little fiber in there. Greek yogurt. It could be some eggs with some added egg whites. Or if we want to get the protein higher than the fat. The main thing is protein needs to be the largest calorie source. Okay? So I didn't tell you to get a little Greek yogurt and some oats. I want you to eat some Greek yogurt. Maybe dump a scoop of protein in it. How about some eggs and a protein shake? Then something with a little fiber or vegetables on the side or a small amount of fruit, right? There you go. Protein needs to be the dominant macronutrient if you want this benefit. But if you could eat chicken and vegetables, hey, or steak and vegetables, knock it out. But again, this idea, I've had something, I can't do that. You telling me you can't physically put it in your mouth, chew it, and swallow it. Well, I won't enjoy it as much. We'll season it. Because here's the real problem. No, I want to gorge on a bunch of junk, and that'll stop me from doing it because it'll blunt my appetite. Exactly. That is one of the benefits of ultra high protein diets. They make you not hungry. Like you eat 2 pounds of chicken breast through the day, but man, a lot of people are going to struggle to want to eat much of anything else. But if you're fat, that's the solution. Okay? People are spending thousands of dollars on drugs to suppress their appetite. If you tried eating a pound of chicken, I'll do the same thing. Amazing. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.